called Agenda 21 Sustainable Development, and it is being orchestrated outside or through the United Nations, and it is a stalking horse, a Trojan horse for world fascism. I ain't listening. My dick hitting your bitch again. That chick, she reptilian. Guess I'ma have to go ahead and fucking sneak
idea on the Onivia concept. So when I came up with the idea for Onivia, it was more or less in a dream state. And the basic idea behind is an alternate to the jagged binary metaverse, which is binary coding system, which is going to be the same system that's going to be implemented into these headsets and then implemented into the whole scheme of things when we're running on this etheric system that's in a quantum. It's a quantum etheric field, basically. And basically a quantum etheric field means that our lenses...
I was going to ask you to explain quantum computing, but... when do you expect Canada's ISIL mission to begin again? And are we not doing anything in the interim while we prepare?
Okay. Very simply, normal computers work by... No, don't interrupt me. When you walk out of here, you will know more. Well, no, some of you will know far less about quantum computing, but most of you, normal computers work either there's power going through a wire or not. It's 1 or a 0. They're binary systems. What quantum states allow for is much more complex information to be encoded into a single bit. Regular computer bit is either a 1 or a 0, on or off. A quantum state can be much more complex than that because, as we know, things can be both particle and wave at the same times, and the uncertainty around quantum states allows us to encode more information into a much smaller computer. So that's what's exciting about quantum computing, and that's what we're going. Don't get me going on this, or we'll be here all day, trust me.
Hey folks, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring you guys in on a quick video. The video that I did Sunday, on how the quantum upload stuff works, and then I'm going to give you guys some more examples on how this synchronicity works, right? And just listen to what I say in the video and just how this synchronicity stuff works in these quantum uploads that go into this big field, okay? Let's keep it flowing, It's gonna be heat on your television here. But this is okay. So, like I was saying, how these quantum uploads and stuff like that work, and how the etheric and the quantum field are all tied in. I try to make this kind of funny too. So this is the latest from the 5th kind. So this guy uploaded this video just yesterday, like 13 hours ago or something like that. I forget exactly what it says, but I'm gonna play it. Oh, and what I was gonna say is this is the important part, I think. When they said mankind's manipulators or whatever that's going on right now, it's a pretty, it's an easy system to figure out that, let's just say, it's the crown right now, okay? Where is the head of the crown, the head of the state, the head of who owns all the land that This is yesterday. Who's posted on our front lawn right now? Like if you posted on our front lawn
in my city, Victoria, she's got a big. Okay, so anything.
Okay, so that's just okay. So we've established so and how that's looking after 3 or 4 different continents and stuff like that, right? Let's just say the crown's looking after 3 or 4 different continents. Now earlier, I just finished watching this video like 2 hours ago about this other girl that seen the same thing that I seen. Don't ask me how she seen it. I don't know. But we're going to do this because I can't explain these things, but okay, this is Elizabeth. Elizabeth, it's a funny name. Yeah, you'll see why it's a funny name, but who knows? Okay, so videos. Okay, so this is the truth mandate.
No, I think he already had a secret meeting. Literally, I know it's weird, but literally I saw him having a secret meeting with the Queen. Okay.
You know who he is.
So I don't know if he's in England. I don't know if it was, I literally saw them together. So I'm guessing that he went to
today.
England. Yeah. So that's what I saw. But also, it wasn't like a prime minister and a queen getting together. It was literally like two shapeshifters getting together and talking about.
And look at how quick I clicked on that. That's quantum meant to happen.
Table of them saying, what do we do? Like, what is our course of action? Because they're not really worried about Canada, to be honest, just because of the political, like, they don't really have much political pull and they don't really have a big population. What they are worried about is this being the domino effect to spread the empowerment to other countries. That's what they're worried about. So their meeting that I saw them having over the weekend was, how do we squash?
Okay, so anyways, like I said, I'll post all the videos that I go through here. I'll post them on the bottom so people know.
You have the three crowns, which is what's left of the Illuminati, okay? And they are sitting in a room, and they've been there for 3 days now, waiting for a phone call from what they call the Council of Elders, which is not humans and not here. No one has answered that phone since 2019. So they've been bluffing ever since then. So they, this whole.
Okay, so needless to say, so believe this stuff or not, but this is just what I'm saying. So and they're talking about this dark ethereal system sort of stuff too, right? And how, but this all ties into what I've been talking about the last couple of days on how this system might have been
taking the red pill and truly taking responsibility for the conscious management of their own life force and their spiritual nature. This is really another.
Okay, and how this system, this regular system that we're in, that we are beginning to learn about, how it's tied in or whatever. Your own higher power is for the greater, for the goodness of things. Hopefully, it's a good thing that you're praying to. Pray to that thing. You gotta pray. Pray with your heart. Say, and send love and energy and good vibrations, golden energy. And I'm not a big religious guy, but I just know how this stuff works. And if you do it with the right intent, because the source or the head of not the head, but let's just say the source. Let's just call it the source. Knows everything. Okay, so the source up there, the creator, knows everything. So if you lie, it's gonna know that you're doing it for the wrong reasons, right? But if you want to just be a good, do the right thing and the good thing, this is where I get my messages from. If I want to do a right thing and a good thing, I gotta do this for the greater good of everybody. And whether or not people want to hear this stuff, it's, you gotta hear it. I don't want to tell it to you either, right? But I'm going on the camera. I'm giving you my heart here. I'm telling you what's happening. And I know it's a hard thing for a lot of people to deal with this kind of stuff, right? But it has to be, like I said. What did I say? Oh yeah, hold on. I gotta play my video again. Just give people an example here on my video and how these things all wind up. And I'm being vague when I say this because you have to be vague, but yet. You have to be vague, but you know what's going on. In your heart, you know what's going on.
Hi, folks.
Waiting in that closet for us.
Say, oh, there's a monster in that closet. You have to open that closet door and say, there's a monster in that closet. Pull that motherfucker out of there and say, okay, I see you now. Now you can go back to wherever the fuck you came from. We don't need you anymore, monster.
So you have to recognize that there is a monster in the closet, okay? A real monster. And this closet is in other continents, okay? Other continents that are similar to our continent here in Canada where I live, okay? So I'm just telling people this stuff, right? Okay, anyways, let's go on. Okay, so moving on. Alright, folks, so I'm also going to let she actually explains this stuff too about
you might say, like, I don't like this system and I don't like having to be trapped, emanated and then back, emanated and back, out, in and out, back and forth. Hold on. So I respect you, respect your journey, but hallelujah, there's better language here. You're supposed to be in an endless, reflective, positive movement, where this is, of course, the brochure of perfectness and divine perfection in the pristine world, where God self emanates light self to embodiment self, and we receive that energy, 10 units of energy, experience it flowing through us, and then reflect back 10 units of energy to God self, source self, that is the destination self. and that's divine perfection. And then we also change position slightly and do it again. And then change position slightly and do it again. And change position slightly and do it again. The same emanation and return to source, and it becomes this beautiful looping sweater or embroidery of consciousness that is divine perfection and freedom, and is the freedom of infinity being held within a finite space. So wait a minute, Aurora, how can infinity be held within finite space? This is how. So infinity is not just, let's say, starting from point 0 over here, and then an endless arrow of time going in this direction. Here's the arrow going there, like, kapow, I shot my arrow, and it just goes endlessly, as I was talking about, a sun star emanating light outward. I emanate my music and consciousness outward, outward,
Yeah,
outward, endlessly outward. If it keeps going and it never hits any form of matter, it is emanated outward endlessly. Those photons sometimes meet something, and those photons are feelers of the sun stars. Just like bats send out echolocation, bats send out sonic waves that are like, and the waves bounce off of their environment, bounce back to the bats, and bats are like, oh, I don't see, but I feel what the world around me is like. That is what sun stars do with their light. They're sending out photons as feelers. Some of those photons just go, like go. And some of them hit your eyes or your body being, and then we reflect them back to the sun, stars, and neurology of the great brain, and that's like information in a feedback.
Numerology of the great brain. Okay, so.
Thank you for understanding. I always need to drink a lot during this time.
Okay, so. She's a far better teacher than me. I don't want to tell people this stuff, but this is what I was saying about the heart frequency, or sun star, whatever she's talking about. Same idea. She knows a lot more than, like, I don't know anything about this stuff. I'm just telling you guys this and how this works, right? So, heart frequency up into the etherical plane and emanates back. So we're sending this gematria systems, sending it to the sun, sending off our frequency to the sun. This is how we talk. So that's a terrible explanation, but I'm just trying to give you the guys the shortest version and the best way that I can. Everybody has a different style of expressing themselves, right? This is my worst way of doing this, but this is just, we're in a time right now, in this time 2022, where we need to know this stuff, because this is the stuff that we're going to need to know to get us out of this mess that we're in right now, walking around wearing masks and running into each other, and it's a sight for sore eyes, if you know what I mean. It's a sight for, it makes my heart hurt, is a better way to put this, okay? So so that's where that is at right now. So, and I'm basically just trying to bring you guys up to speed as best that I know how, and this is just my own personal perception, but this is what, you know, I gotta do what my heart tells me is a true thing to do, and whatever I hear I gotta do, then I gotta do it from my spirit guides, okay, or whatever, right? So, long story short, all you need is love, John Lennon. Okay.
Guess I'ma have to go ahead and fucking sneak peek. Where you at, yo? I'm right here. Lend me an ear so I can go ahead and shit.